नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter number 69. Chapter number 69, text number 18. Drishtam tavanghriyugalam janatapavargam ब्रह्मादिभिर्हृदि विचिन्त्यमगाधबोधैः संसारकूपपतितोत्तरणावलम्बम् ध्यायंश्चिरां यन्गृहाण यथा स्मृतिः स्यात्। दृष्टं तवाङ्घ्रियुगलं जनतापवर्ग्यम् ब्रह्मादिभिर्हृदि विचिन्त्यमगाधबोधैः संसारकूपपतितोत्तरणावलम्बम् ध्यायंश्चिरां यन्गृहाण यथा स्मृतिः स्यात्। दृष्टं तवाङ्घ्रियुगलं जनतापवर्ग्यम् ब्रह्मादिभिर्हृदि विचिन्त्यमगाधबोधैः संसारकूपपतितोत्तरणावलम्बम् ध्यायंश्चिरां यन्गृहाण यथा स्मृतिः स्यात्। दृष्टं तवाङ्घ्रियुगलं जनतापवर्गम् ब्रह्मादिभिर्हृदि विचिन्त्यमगाधबोधैः दृष्टं तवाङ्घ्रियुगलं जनतापवर्गम् ब्रह्मादिभिर्हृदि विचिन्त्यमगाधबोधैः संसारकूपपतितोत्तरणावलम्बम् ध्यायंश्चिरां यन्गृहाण। माताजी's दृष्टं तवाङ्घ्रियुगलं जनतापवर्गम् ब्रह्मादिभिर्हृदि विचिन्त्यमगाधबोधैः संसारकूपपतितोत्तरणावलम्बम् दृष्टं seen, tava your, anghri of feet, yugalam pair, janata for your devotees, apavargam the source of liberation, brahmadibhir by persons such as Lord Brahma, hridi within the heart, vichintyam meditated upon, agadha unfathomable, bodhaihi whose intelligence, samsara of material life, Koopa in the well, Patita of those who are fallen. Uttarana, for deliverance. Avalambam, the shelter. Dhyayan, constantly thinking. Charami, I may travel. Anugrahana, please bless me. Yatha, so that. Smritihi, remembrance. Syat, maybe. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, the disciples of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Translation. Now I have seen your feet, which grant liberation to your devotees, which even Lord Brahma and other great personalities of unfathomable intelligence can only meditate upon within their hearts, and which those who have fallen into the well of material existence resort to for deliverance. Please favor me, so that I may constantly think of you as I travel about. Please grant me the power to remember you. Lord Krishna had asked Narada Muni, what can we do for you? And here Narada Muni answers. Narada Muni is a pure devotee of Lord Krishna, and thus his request is sublime. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Gnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamahiyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guroh Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabho Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. I offer my humble obeisances unto all the devotees who have assembled for the Sunday morning Bhagavatam class. I specifically seek blessings from His Grace Brajahari Prabhu, who with great love and affection asked me to speak Harikatha in front of all the Vaishnavas here. And I seek the blessings of all the senior Vaishnavas who are present here. Today we are discussing from the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, and specifically we are discussing the episode of Narada Muni's visit to Krishna's palaces. Not palace, palaces. Krishna had 16,108 queens, and Krishna expands himself into 16,108 forms and spends time with his 16,108 queens in 16,108 palaces. Now that in one palace he has allocated one room to each queen. So each queen has a well-furnished, elaborate, lavishly furnished palace with so many servants and maid servants and soldiers. attending to their needs. Still, each queen would personally render service to the Supreme Lord Krishna, who is their beloved husband. One day Narada Muni thought, how is Krishna managing with 16,108 queens? Which is difficult for ordinary people to do. Of course, Krishna is not ordinary, he is extraordinary. Although Krishna appears as a human being on this planet, still he has his superhuman powers. He acts like an ideal human being, at the same time he reveals to all the human beings that he is not a human being, he is beyond human being. As a human child, he steals butter, he does some mischief, and he gets chastised by his mother, Yashoda. But as a child, he also lifts Govardhan mountain, 7-year-old boy lifting a big mountain and holding it for 7 days and 7 nights. In this way, Krishna, although he appears in a human form on this planet, everything that Krishna does is divine. They resemble human activities, but many times Krishna reveals his superhuman powers also. One such episode is here, where Narada Muni wanted to understand how Krishna is able to satisfy all the 16,108 queens and keep them happy always. So Krishna expands himself. One day Narada Muni went to one palace of Krishna in Dwaraka. He found Krishna doing some activities, spending time with Rukmani Devi. And he went to another palace. There he found Krishna having his pastimes with Satyabhama Devi. Then he went to another palace. He found Krishna having his interactions with Jambavati. Some places Krishna was distributing charity to Brahmanas. In some palaces Krishna was practicing sword fighting like a Kshatriya. In some other palaces Krishna is arranging for the marriage ceremonies of his children like a ideal responsible grihastha. At some other places Krishna is having some kind of philosophical spiritual discussions with some Brahmanas and Pandits. Like that, Krishna is engaged in so many wonderful activities. Simultaneously, he performs so many pastimes with so many devotees. Krishna has so many opulences. With his opulences and powers, he creates this world, he maintains this world, he even destroys this world. But a greater opulence of Krishna is his opulence of reciprocating with his devotees. Yes, Krishna displays, he manifests unlimited power and his Shakti to maintain the world, create the world, to destroy the world, to establish dharma, to kill demons, so many things. But the greatest opulence of Krishna is exhibited or demonstrated in his pastimes with devotees, where he tries to please his devotees. Seeking your blessings. Hare Krishna. So he seeks his blessings. Krishna is displaying his opulences to reciprocate with all his devotees, especially in Vrindavan. There are so many gopas, and Krishna would go into the forest with all these beautiful gopa boys along with the cows and the calves. He sits right in the middle for their lunch, and all the gopas would make concentric circles around Krishna to take their lunch. So when I am seeing in one direction, I won't be able to see in another direction. There may be some people sitting behind me, I won't be able to see them. But every single gopa in that huge assembly of hundreds and thousands of gopas, every single gopa is having the experience of sitting right in front of Krishna, face to face, and feeding Krishna and being fed by Krishna. That is Krishna's opulence. He can give that feeling, that experience of having an intimate reciprocation with Krishna to all the gopas simultaneously. Even when Krishna lifted Govardhan mountain, so he's one Krishna standing in the middle of thousands and thousands of Vrajavasis. He's lifting Govardhan mountain, and every single Vrajavasi, whether that Vrajavasi is in front of Krishna or the right side of Krishna, left side of Krishna, or behind Krishna, or very far away from Krishna at the edge of Govardhan, or very close to Krishna, every single Vrajavasi is getting this experience of seeing Krishna face to face, smiling at Krishna and receiving Krishna's affectionate smiling glances. So this is the speciality of Krishna. Krishna displays his topmost opulence in pleasing his devotees and reciprocating with the love and affection of his devotees. Now in Dwaraka, Krishna expands himself into 16,108 forms and he reciprocates with all his queens simultaneously at the same time, and Narada Muni is just wondering. Sometimes it is seen that Narada Muni wanted to test Krishna. Not necessarily like that. Even though a devotee wants to just apparently test Krishna, devotee's deeper intention is to reveal the glories of Krishna to the whole world. Narada Muni's visit to all the palaces of Krishna helped all of us understand how opulent Krishna is, how glorious Krishna is, how eager Krishna is to reciprocate with all his devotees simultaneously. He has that much appetite, enthusiasm to simultaneously reciprocate with everybody. Because of Narada Muni's visit to Dwaraka, all the palaces in Dwaraka, we came to know about this. That is the intention of a devotee. Whatever devotees do is in connection with Krishna's glories, and their desires and their activities are very much in alignment with Krishna's plans. Their agenda is to glorify Krishna. Their only desire is to expand the glories of Krishna. Recently we have celebrated Sri Ramanavami. Lord Ramachandra constructed a bridge across the ocean, Lanka ocean. Actually, the ocean god, Samudra Devata, he came in front of Ram and said, Ram, my waters will not cause any impediment to you. You can easily cross over my waters. You can easily cross the ocean. Your Vanara soldiers also can easily cross the ocean. But I have one small request for you. What is that request? Please construct a bridge with stones so that all the future generations will glorify you as the constructor of a bridge across the ocean. So when you make stones float, people will glorify you. Oh, Ram made stones float. Ram constructed a bridge across the ocean, not a small lake or a river, across an ocean. So people will glorify you in future. I want to see you being glorified by all the people in the future. Therefore, I want you to construct this bridge. Therefore, Ram constructed the bridge. Similarly, here is Narada Muni wanting to go to different palaces of Krishna. To do what? To reveal the glories of Krishna. To reveal Krishna's nature of reciprocating with all his devotees simultaneously to the highest possible extent. So, whatever devotee does is only to glorify the Lord. And Narada Muni and Krishna had very intimate, loving connection and bonding. There are 12 cantos in Srimad Bhagavatam. Every single canto has Narada Muni's intervention. Narada Muni appears in every single canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Very special devotee. Great Mahabhagavat devotee. 10th canto he is there, 1st canto he is there, last canto he is there, in the middle he is there, everywhere he is there. Hari Hari. Jai Shri Shri Radha Ras Bihari Bhavan ki Jai. Once, Narada Muni felt that Krishna is spending so much time in Vrindavan. Krishna appeared in Mathura as the son of Devaki and Vasudeva, and Krishna immediately shifted to Gokul, and he started spending time with the Vrajavasis for more than a decade. The Narada Muni thought that the devotees at Mathura are being deprived of Narada Muni's association, therefore I must do something to bring Krishna to Mathura. What did Narada Muni do? He went to Kamsa and revealed Krishna's birth secret. He told that, Kamsa, Vasudeva has cheated you, please understand that. He presented a little baby girl in front of you saying that this is Devaki's 8th child. That is not Devaki's 8th child. That is Mother Yashoda's 8th child. Vasudeva had kept his baby Krishna in Nanda Maharaj's house very safely and brought Yashoda Mata's baby girl and presented it as Devaki Mata's 8th girl in front of you. Then Kamsa became furious. And you know what all has happened. I will not narrate the whole story now. But here the point is that Narada Muni, without even consulting Krishna, He went and revealed Krishna's birth secret to Kamsa. He did not even consult Krishna, apparently, externally. But he knows Krishna's heart. And after revealing Krishna's birth secret to Kamsa, Narada Muni goes to Krishna in Vrindavan and says, Krishna, I have revealed your birth secret to Kamsa. Very soon Akrura is going to come and he will take you to Vrindavan, and I can see you will kill Kamsa. Before that you will kill Kavalaya Peda, his elephant. Before that you will kill Chanura, Mushtika, Shala, Toshala, Kota, all the wrestlers. Before that you will kill many other demons like Vyomasur. And after that you will erect Dwarka fort. You will marry 16,108 queens. You will marry Jambavati. You will marry Rukmini. You will marry Satyabhama. You will orchestrate Kurukshetra war. You will do so many things. So Narada Muni gave a quick summary of the rest of the 10th canto in his little brief meeting with Krishna in Vrindavan. So Narada Muni is in perfect sync. Krishna did not complain. Narada Muni, why did you tell him? Why did you tell my birth secret to Kamsa? I want to stay for a few more years in Vrindavan. He did not say like that. Krishna said, okay, fine, you have revealed, I'll go to Mathura. So like that, great devotees like Narada Muni are very much in connection with Krishna's desires, Krishna's will, and participate in the Lord's pastimes in such a way that the rasa is enhanced. So Narada Muni, now he is going to different palaces of Krishna and seeing Krishna's daily activities. Even the next chapter also is somewhat similar. Narada Muni visits Krishna's palaces and Krishna's daily activities are described here. When Narada Muni came to Krishna, Krishna would receive Narada Muni with great respect and reverence. Krishna is playing the role of a human being and Narada Muni is a Devarshi, the sage amongst the Devatas. Krishna is playing the role of a Kshatriya, prince of Yadu dynasty in Dwaraka, and Narada Muni is a Brahmana. Krishna is playing the role of a Grahastha, a householder devotee who has 16,108 queens. And here is Narada Muni, a sannyasi. So from Varna perspective, from ashram perspective, from all perspectives, Krishna says that he is my worshipful superior. Let me just offer him all hospitality, welcome him, wash his feet, offer him arghya padya. So Krishna is receiving Narada Muni with great respect. On the other hand, Narada Muni is also worshipping Krishna with great respect. See, Krishna is playing the role of a human being, ideal human being, and exemplifying how one has to receive guests, especially Brahmana guests, especially sannyasi guests, especially sages like Narada Muni. When Rukmini's messenger, when Brahmana brought Rukmini's love letter to Krishna, Krishna received him with so much love and affection, respect as a Brahmana. Another time, Krishna's own friend Sudama, Brahmana, came to Krishna's home. Krishna got up from his seat and received Sudama and treated him as if he would treat his elder brother Balaram. And Sudama was thinking, Kvaham daridraha papiyan kvat Krishna Shrini Ketane. I am a daridra, I am a papi, I am a very poor Brahmana, and Krishna is the residence of goddess of fortune, he is Shrini Ketana. And Bahubhyam Parirambhitaha, Krishna embraced me, he treated me with so much respect and reverence and love and affection, as if I were his elder brother Balaram. That much affection he has given me, loving treatment. So Krishna is an exemplary host, exemplary householder, exemplary prince, exemplary human being. He would go to his mothers and stepmothers. Vasudeva had 18 wives. He would offer them respects and he would respect them as if he would respect his own mother. This is how sons must respect their mothers. Krishna is exemplifying that. This is how householders must respect renunciants. This is how everybody should respect Brahmanas. In this way, Krishna is setting a great example. But Narada Muni did not forget his position. Although the Lord is respectfully receiving me, respecting me like a Brahmana, sannyasi, etc., still, he is my worshipable Lord. Krishna asked Narada Muni, Narada Muni, what can I do for you? Tell me. You please tell me, instruct me. Whatever desire you have, I will fulfill. You have come to my home as a honorable guest. Then Narada Muni speaks this shloka. Purport has only 2 lines, where it's mentioned that Krishna asked Narada Muni, what can we do for you? And Narada Muni said this shloka. That's the purport. Let's go deep into the shloka. What is the desire of Narada Muni? Let's meditate on this shloka line by line and see the deep desire of a great devotee like Narada Muni. We are all practicing bhakti yoga, Krishna consciousness, devotional service. Devotional service is best practiced by following the footsteps of great devotees. If we want bhakti, we should learn the art of bhakti, art of devotion from great bhaktas. And Narada Muni is a great devotee. When Krishna personally asked Narada Muni, what do you want? What can I do for you? Let's see what Narada Muni asked Krishna. Very intriguing, very curious. Are you curious enough? We already studied it. There is no curiosity. It's already revealed. But now we have to meditate on it. The desire of Narada Muni. He said, Drishtam tavangri yugalam janata pavargam. He said, Krishna, Drishtam tava angri yugalam. Let's recite once again. Drishtam tavangri yugalam janata pavargam. Brahmadibhir hridi vichintya magadha bodhaihi. Samsara kupa patito tarana valambam. Dhyayam scharamya nugrihana yatha smriti syat. Drishtam tava angri yugalam. Krishna, I am so fortunate today. Why? Drishtam, I have seen. What he has seen? Tava angri yugalam, the divine lotus feet of Krishna. Angri means feet. Yugalam means two, pair of feet. Drishtam tavangri yugalam. Oh Lord, I have got the darshan of your beautiful, divine, transcendental lotus feet. Okay. What is the greatness of your lotus feet? Kapila says in the 3rd canto of Bhagavatam, Sanchintayed bhagavatas charanara vindam. He says we should constantly, for a long time, meditate on the lotus feet of Krishna. In fact, our dhyana, our meditation should begin from the lotus feet of the Lord when we take darshan of the Lord. Sanchintayed bhagavatas charanara vindam vajrankusadhvaja saroruhalanchanadyam. Uttunga rakta vilasan nakha chakravala jyotsnabhirahata mahadhridayandhakaram. Kapil Dev says that the Lord's lotus feet are marked with several auspicious signs, and by meditating on the lotus feet of the Lord, the thick gloom of darkness of ignorance within our hearts is completely dispelled. Why? The moon-like effulgence emanating from the lotus feet of the Lord, from the toenails of the Lord, will destroy the darkness of ignorance within our hearts. When you look at the lotus feet of the Lord, there is a moon-like effulgence emanating. Whether we notice it or not, there is a nice effulgence. That effulgence is knowledge of the Lord. So that knowledge can destroy the ignorance in the heart. That effulgence will destroy the darkness of the heart. Not only that, Yat shaucha nishrita sarit pravarodakena tirthena murnyadhikritena shivaha shivo bhut dhyaturmanah shavala shaila nisrishta vajram dhyaye chiram bhagavatas charanara vindam. The divine lotus feet of the Lord are so glorious that the water that has washed his lotus feet, or the river that has emanated from his lotus feet, Ganga river, flows and purifies all the 3 worlds. Lord Shiva, although he is extremely auspicious, the very word Shiva indicates that he is extremely auspicious, he also holds that auspicious Ganga on his head. That is the glory of the Supreme Lord's lotus feet, Krishna's lotus feet, from which Ganga emanates. Even Shiva holds that Ganga on his head. When we get an opportunity to take the darshan of the lotus feet of Krishna, we should feel so blessed. Narada Muni is feeling that. That is his feeling. Drishtvam tavangri yugalam. I have seen your beautiful divine lotus feet. I have become extremely fortunate. And he says, Janata apavargyam. Apavargyam means liberation. By taking darshan of your divine lotus feet, people get liberated. Janata means common people. Apavargyam, they traverse on the path of liberation. By taking shelter of your lotus feet, by taking darshan of your lotus feet, we can get liberation. Narada Muni says this. Actually, the devotees are so eager, enthusiastic, and obsessed, infatuated with the desire to serve the lotus feet of Krishna always. Even Krishna becomes so curious. Why my devotees are behind my lotus feet always? Wow, what kind of... Just like Krishna's lotus feet are compared with Parijata flowers. And the devotees are compared with bumblebees, honeybees. Just like honeybee is always in search of a honey-laden lotus flower or Parijata flower, similarly, the devotees are always in search of the lotus feet of the Lord. So the Lord is thinking that what nectar is there within my lotus feet that the devotees like bumblebee, saranga are constantly hovering around my lotus feet only. So Krishna became very curious. He wanted to taste his own lotus feet. As a grown-up man, if he puts his toenails in his mouth, it doesn't look good, right? So Krishna took the form of an infant child, small baby. And he sleeps on that Vatapatra, banyan leaf. As Vatapatra Shai, he sucks his own toe. Just to taste his lotus feet, just to have the experience of his own devotees. What great ecstasy are my devotees experiencing by being attached to my lotus feet, by rendering service to my lotus feet. Lakshmi Devi is constantly seen massaging the lotus feet of Krishna. Here there is a diorama, very beautiful diorama I saw in the morning. Janudvayam jala jalochanaya jananya Lakshmyakhilasya suravanditaya vidhatu. Janudvayam means Krishna's two calf muscles. Jalajalochana. Jala means water. Jalaja means that which is born out of water, which is lotus. Jalajalochana means lotus-eyed Lakshmi Devi. Janudvayam jalajalochana jananya. With her tender karapallava, lotus petal-like fingers, Lakshmi Devi would massage the feet of Lord Vishnu very delicately. Meditation on the lotus feet of the Lord is not complete without meditating on the activities of Lakshmi Devi, because she is always seen there massaging. He wouldn't leave only. That is the glory of Krishna's lotus feet. And here is Narada Muni, feeling so blessed, feeling so happy, feeling so fortunate to get the darshan of Krishna's lotus feet. Drishtam tavangri yugalam janata pavargyam. By taking darshan of your lotus feet, by taking shelter of your lotus feet, devotees will be on the path of liberation. Liberation is not just merging in the Brahma Jyoti here. Liberation is basically to be reinstated in his original constitutional position as a servant of Krishna. That's the real actual liberation, personal liberation that devotees want. Then, next line he says, Brahmadibhir hridi vichintya magadha bodhaihi. Brahmadibhir, who would take shelter of your lotus feet? Not just sages like me, not like devarshis like me. Even Brahma also, my father also falls at your lotus feet. Natasmate natha sadangri pankajam virincha vairincha surendra vanditam parayanam kshemamihechatam param nayatra kalaha prabhavet parah prabho. Natasmate natha sadangri pankajam. All the Dwarkavasis are praying to Krishna. Oh Lord, we are so fortunate to be under the shelter of your lotus feet. Virincha vairincha surendra vanditam. Virinchi means Brahma. Vairinchi means Brahma's sons like Narada Muni, 4 Kumaras and many other Prajapatis and Manus. They all take shelter of Krishna's lotus feet. Virincha vairincha surendra vanditam. Surendra means the king of all the Devatas. King of heaven, Indra. He also offers obeisances. Brahma offers obeisances. Shiva offers obeisances. And all the Devatas offer obeisances. All the sages offer obeisances. Brahmarshi, Rajarshi, Devarshi, Sanghaihi. All of them offer obeisances to Krishna's lotus feet. Kirita Kotyed is a Pada Pitha. All the great rulers of different universes, they come and fall at the Padapita of Krishna. What is Padapita, you know? When great princes like Krishna, they sit on their throne. At their feet, there is a small stool, footrest. Okay? That stool is golden, bedecked with so many precious gems and jewels. That is Padapitha. Kirita Kotyedita Padapitha means several great sages, mainly Devatas, Lokapalas, the rulers of different planets, they come and touch their kirita, touch their crowns to the Padapitha of Krishna to seek his blessings. Kirita Kotyedita Padapitha. Uddhava says like this in Bhagavatam. In this way, Virincha Vairincha Surendra Vanditam Parayanam Kshema Vihechatam Param. Whoever desires one's own welfare in this world, Kshema in this world, what should they do? Nayatra Kalaha Prabhavet Parah Prabhu. They should seek shelter of Krishna's lotus feet, who is never influenced by Kala, who is never influenced by Karma, who is never influenced by Prakriti, who is never influenced by Gunas. He is transcendental to all material affairs. One who is under the clutches of Maya, under the clutches of Gunas, under the clutches of this material nature and time factor, they have to take shelter of someone who is beyond so that they can get liberated. That's why Janata Apavargyam is mentioned here. Janata Apavargyam. How can people be on the path of liberation? By taking shelter of Krishna? Because he is never bound. Someone who is bound has to be liberated. And who can liberate a bound person? One who is never bound. That's why Gajendra says, Madrik prapanna pashupasha vimokshanaya muktaya bhuri karunaya namolayaya swamshena sarvatanu manasi pratita pratyagdrishe bhagavate brihate namaste. Oh Krishna, only you have the ability to release me from this bondage, release me from the jaws of this crocodile. Gajendra is caught by the crocodile, but the reality of this material world is every conditioned soul is caught by the crocodile of Maya. Only thing is Gajendra realized it, conditioned souls not yet realized it. So we need to realize it and then pray to Krishna. Gajendra realized it. So when the material nature comes with great force, when we are unable to bear that influence, at that time, in that situation of arti, people may take shelter of Krishna in deep anxiety. In a materially comfortable, prosperous situation, we may not be able to feel that desperation to take shelter of Krishna, but when the material nature, when Prakriti shows its fierce form and torments us, then we become desperate to take shelter of Krishna. That is Gajendra's situation. Gajendra says, Muktaya bhuri karunaya namolayaya. You are Muktaya. You are eternally liberated. You are never bound by any conditions. Therefore you can liberate me. Not only you are having the capacity to liberate me, you have compassion also. Just capacity to help us is not sufficient. Someone may have the capacity to help, but they should have the intention to help also. They should have the compassion to help also. Bhuri karunaya. Then third is Namo alayaya. The Lord is aware of our situation. He has awareness of our situation. He has intention to help us. He has ability to help us. He is cognizant of our situation. He is compassionate and has the capacity to help also. Therefore, by taking his shelter, we can transcend Maya. Bhava, Janatapa Vargyam. Therefore, we can be on the path of liberation by taking shelter of Krishna. Liberation is, as I said, not the impersonal liberation, but actual reinstatement in one's original constitutional position as a servant of Krishna, discovering our real glory as amshas of Krishna, lovers of Krishna, servants of Krishna. Brahmadibhir hridi vichintya magadha bodhaihi. Hridi vichintya means they meditate on the Lord within their hearts. Yam brahma varunendra rudra marutah stunvanti divyaistavaihi vedaihi sangapadakramopanisadaihi gayanti yam samagaha dhyanavasthita tadgatena manasa pashyanti yam yogino yasyantam na vidursurasuraganah devaya tasmai namaha. Yam brahma varunendra rudra marutah stunvanti divyaistavaihi. All the devatas headed by Brahma, they do divya stava, transcendental praise of the Lord. And dhyanavastita tadgatena manasa pashyanti yam yogino. All the great yogis and meditators would meditate on the beautiful form of the Lord within their hearts. Brahmadibhir, he says, Hridi vichintyam agada bodhaihi. Agada bodha means the knowledge of Brahma is very deep, very inconceivable, unfathomable. Agadha, bodhaihi. Bodha means intelligence. Although they are very advanced in their intelligence, they are extremely evolved in their philosophy, in their scholarship, in their intelligence, in their wisdom, in their experience, their evolved personalities. Even they take shelter of Krishna. That's why Sutta Goswami says, Atma Ramascha Manayo Nirgrantha Apyurukrami Kurvantya Haitu Kim Bhaktim Itham Bhuta Guno Harihi. Even great Atma Ramas, means self-satisfied people also take shelter of Krishna. Munis, great thoughtful people, philosophers and scholars and very evolved personalities also take shelter of Krishna. Everybody. Because Krishna has such beautiful qualities. Itham bhuta guno harihi. The Lord Hari's qualities are so attractive that people just become attracted to ahaituki bhakti unto the Lord. They want to serve the Lord without any material motivations. Okay. Brahmadibhir hridi vichintyam agada bodhaihi. Hridi vichintya means they keep the Lord within their hearts, and vichintyam, they meditate on the Lord. They do chintan of the Lord. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasati tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. Ananyas chintayanto mam, without distracting or deviating their minds towards anything else, they deeply think about the Lord, meditate on the Lord within their hearts. Ananyas chintayanto mam. And in reciprocation to the deep meditation and deep devotion of such great devotees, Krishna will take care of whatever they need. Krishna will supply whatever they lack. Krishna will preserve that whatever they have. Yoga kshemam vahamyaham. Brahmadibhir hridi vichintyam agadha bodhaihi. So we discussed 2 lines. Third line. Samsara kupa patito tarana valambam. Another beautiful effect of taking shelter of the Lord's lotus feet is Samsara kupa patito tarana valambam. Samsara is this material existence. Kupa means well, a blind well. Sometimes this material world is compared with a deep, shoreless ocean infested with so many sharks and whales and other dangerous aquatics. Sometimes this samsara is also compared with a deep, dark well. Once somebody falls into that well, the possibility of coming out is almost zero. Samsara kupa. Patitottaranavalambam. Patita means one who has fallen deep into this dark well of material existence. Only by taking shelter of the Supreme Lord's lotus feet, we will come out of this samsara kupa. The Lord will extend His helping hand to someone who is drowning in an ocean or fallen into a dark well, and then He pulls him out like that. Just like Nrga, you know Nrga? Because of some inconceivable incidents, Nrga took the form of a lizard and he fell into this dark well. All the younger members of the Yadu dynasty, these boys, could not rescue this lizard. Krishna extended his hand and pulled him out and liberated him. Krishna just pulled Nrga out and gave him a beautiful form like a great devata. That is Krishna's speciality. He can rescue even the most fallen people. That's what we see in the Mukundamala Stotra by Kulashekar Alvar also. Bhakta Paya Bhujanga Garudamani Trailokya Rakshamani Gopi Lochana Chatakam Buddhamani Saundarya Mudramani Yah Kantamani Rukmini Ghanakucha Dvandvaika Bhushamani Shreyo Devashikhamanir Dishatuno Gopala Chudabani. Bhakta Paya Bhujanga Garudamani. Whenever his devotees are in deep distress, desperate in material miseries, then Krishna will come on the back of Garuda. Garuda is like a huge golden mountain, and Krishna would look like a blue sapphire on the summit of the golden mountain. Neelamani. Bhakta Paya Bhujanga Garudamani Trailokya Rakshamani. Thus, appearing on the back of Garuda, Krishna will rescue all the fallen living entities from their situation. Nobody else can, many times. You see, in this world, some people have the intention to help us, but they don't have the ability to help us. And some people have the ability to help us, but they may not intend to help us. Who is that person who has ability and intention both to help us in all circumstances? That is the Supreme Lord. Krishno rakshatu no jagatraya guro krishnam namadhvam sada krishne nakhila shatravo vinihitaha krishnaya tasmai namah. Krishnadeva samuthitam jagadidam krishnasya dasosmyaham krishne tishthati vishvametadakhilam he krishna rakshasvamam. In this way devotee prays. Krishno rakshatu no jagatre guru. Oh Krishna, you are the master of all the three worlds. You are the guru of the entire universe. Jagatraya guru. Krishnam namadhvam sada. Let me offer obeisances unto Krishna only. Krishne nakhila shatravo vinihitaha. Krishna can destroy all our shatrus. Who are the shatrus? They are not outside, they are inside. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Madamatsarya, lust, envy, pride, greed, anger. These are our real shatrus, and Krishna will destroy the shatrus. When we take his names, when we chant his names, when we worship his deity form, when we associate with his devotees, when we study his pastimes, Krishne nakhila shatravo vinihataha Krishnaya tasmai namah. He is the creator of this universe. He is the maintainer of this universe. If someone desires to exit this universe, he will release them also. That's why Janatapa Vargyam. Krishna, you have created this universe. You are maintaining it. Can you release me from this universe? I want to go to a bigger universe. Your universe. Spiritual universe. Why not? Please, go. What's the way? Chant the holy names of Krishna. Chatruchedaika mantram. Chant the holy names of Krishna and go there. That's why Krishna is samsara kopa patito taranavalam. Now let's come to the last line of the shloka. Dhyayam schirame nigrihana yatha smriti syat. So far, in this shloka, which Narada Muni spoke, in response to Krishna's request, what was Krishna's request? Narada Muni, ask whatever you want. What can I do for you? Please tell me. Then Narada Muni said, this is what I want. In this one shloka. In this one shloka, in the first three lines, Narada Muni only glorified Krishna in various ways. Now in the last line, he is revealing what he wants, his desire. What is his desire? Dhyayam charami. Dhyayam charami means wherever I wander. Charami means one who travels. Narada Muni is a transcendental spaceman. He travels in all over the universe. Wherever he wants, he will go. All the spiritual worlds and material worlds, whether it's Kamsa's palace or Ravana's palace, or Hiranyakashipu's palace, or Pandava's palace, or Ayodhya, wherever he wants, he can go. Dhyayam charami. During my travels, let me constantly meditate upon you. Dhyana means to meditate. Let me meditate on you. Narada Muni is desiring this opportunity or this inspiration or this ability to constantly meditate on Krishna. That is his desire. Have you understood what is the deep desire of a devotee? Dhyayam charami. Wherever we go in this world, let us always do dhyana of Krishna. Anugrahana yatha smriti smyat. Anugrahana means if you want to show any anugraha on me, if you want to show any mercy upon me, just allow me to do dhyan. And he did not stop there at the word dhyana. He also said smriti syat. Let me always remember you. Both are more or less same. Smriti is remembrance, dhyana is meditation. So I want to do dhyana, I want to do smriti. I want to always remember you. I always want to deeply think about you. I want to meditate upon you. That is his desire. In one line he said twice. This is my desire. A devotee's desire is to be Krishna conscious always. Smartavya satatam vishnor vismartavyo na jatu chit. Sarve vidhi nishedhasyur etayoreva kinkaraha. Smartavyaha satatam Vishnor. Always remember the Lord. Vismartavyo na jatuchit. Never forget him. Sarve vidhi nishedhasyur etayoreva kinkaraha. These two lines, always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna, is the essence of all the vidhis and nishedhas, all the rules and regulations, all the prescriptions and prohibitions, all the do's and don'ts in all the scriptures. Sarve vidhi nishedhasyur etayoreva kinkaraha. This is the essence of the scriptures, to always remember the Lord, meditate on the Lord, think about the Lord, Lord's glories, think about the Lord's Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela. That's the essence of all scriptures, and that's what Narada Muni wanted here. He did not want gold. Krishna, you have 16,108 palaces for your queens and many more beyond that also in Dwarka city. Can you just give me one palace? Or you have created a big Dwarka fort in the Kushasthali Dvipa in the middle of the ocean. In another island, can you create another city and give it to me and write in my name? Right? This property belongs to Narada Muni. Can you put a board there? So Narada Muni is not asking any of these things. He is asking, I want to remember you always. I want to do dhyana. I want to do smriti, smaran of your lotus feet always. That is his desire. Devotees want to always be Krishna conscious and not anything else. No material desire will appeal to them. Vritrasur, he said, Nanaka prishtham nacha parameshtyam na sarva bhaumam narasadhipatyam na yoga siddhir apunarbhavam va samanjasatva virahaya kankshe. He rejected Nanaka prishtham nacha parameshtyam. I don't want the position of Brahma. I don't want any sovereignty over the entire Bhumandala. I don't want the rulership of all the three planets, Bhur, Bhuva, Swaha. I don't want sovereignty over the lower planets, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Rasatala, Talatala, Mahatala, Patala. I don't want them also. All 14 planetary systems, Ehobahya. I don't want. What do you want then? I want to meditate on you. I want to serve your lotus feet. I want to serve the devotees who serve your lotus feet. I want to be Dasanu Daso Bhavitasmi Bhuyaha. He said, Dasanu Daso Bhavitasmi Bhuyaha. Manah Smaret Asupater Gunamste. Our Vritrasur said that, Oh Lord, you are my Ashupati, means you are the Lord of my life. Manah Smaret, let me always remember you within my heart. Nothing else. Idam teva purnatha gopala balam sada bhimanasya virastam kibanye. Why do I need any other benediction? All I need is to meditate on your lotus feet, to remember you, to remember your face, to remember your beautiful form, Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela. These four things should be the object of my meditation forever. I want this as the benediction. You know, in the 4th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, there was a big fight between Dhruva and the Yakshas. And at one point, Dhruva lost his control. He became excessively angry and he was destroying all the Yakshas. Then his grandfather Swayambhumanu came to Dhruva and said, Hey, don't kill. For one Yaksha's mistake, how can you kill so many Yakshas? Stop this fight. Go and say sorry to Kuvera. Then Dhruva said, yes, I'm sorry. He went to Kuvera and said, I'm sorry, Kuvera. I killed so many of your people. I became excessively angry. My grandfather came and controlled me. Then Kuvera said, don't worry. It's okay, no problem. You have not killed them. It is their karma. The Lord is the ultimate doer. He said many things and said, ask any benediction. What do you want? Kuvera is the wealthiest person. He is the treasurer of Devatas. If Dhruva wanted, Kuvera could have given him unlimited wealth. But what did Dhruva ask? Kuvera, may I have unflinching remembrance of my beloved Lord Krishna. I don't want anything else. That is the desire of Dhruva. And this is the desire of Narada Muni. And that is the desire of Gajendra. Like that, several devotees, they are just desiring to constantly remember the Lord. You know, Kunti Mata, in the 1st canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, she said, Tvayime nanya vishayat matir madhupate sakrit ratim udvahata dadham Gangevaugham udanvati. Krishna, tvayi me ananya mere vishaya. Let my mind constantly think about you without getting distracted or deviated by any other thought about any material object in the entire universe. That is her desire. How naturally and spontaneously should I remember you? Just like Ganga constantly flows towards the ocean. Despite hundreds and thousands of obstacles on her path, Ganga flows towards the ocean, isn't it? Similarly, although Maya creates hundreds and thousands of obstacles in my Krishna Smaranam, let me always do Smarana of Krishna. Let me always remember Krishna. That is Yashoda, that is Kunti Mata's absorption, her desire. Like that, several devotees are requesting Krishna to give them this great boon of remembrance of Krishna, Krishna Smaranam, Krishna consciousness. Let me always be conscious of Krishna's Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela. Let me always meditate. Dhyayam charami anugrahana yatha smriti syat. Smriti syat. Let there be remembrance of Krishna. But how can we remember Krishna? What's the root of remembrance of Krishna? You can also say this. Yadanudhyasina yukta karma granthi nibandhanam chindanti ko vidastasya ko na kuryat katharatim. Very beautiful shloka. It comes right in the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, second chapter. Yad anudhyasina yukta. When you do anudhyana, as Narada Muni is desiring here, anudhyana means to remember Krishna, to meditate on Krishna. Yad anudhyasina yukta karma granthi nibandhanam. By remembering Krishna, by meditating on Krishna's nama, rupa, guna, leela, what will happen? Karma granthi nibandhanam. Our hard knot of material baggage will be destroyed. Our karma will be destroyed by remembering Krishna. But how do we remember Krishna? How do we come to the stage of constantly remembering Krishna? The next half of the shloka says, Chindanti ko vidastasya ko na kuryat katharatim. Katharati will give us Krishna smriti. When you have katharati, katharati means attraction to hearing about Krishna. When you hear Srimad Bhagavatam, when you hear the holy name of Krishna, when you chant the holy name of Krishna, when you do Shravanam and Kirtanam, that Shravanam and Kirtanam will lead to Smaranam. It all begins with Shravanam here. Then you chant personally. Then you will be able to remember always. So Shravanam is the foundation for Smaranam. While Smaranam is the essence of all the scriptural injunctions. If you have to come to this constant Krishna Smaranam, Dhyayam charami anugrahana yatha smriti syat. If you want to come to that stage, let's hear Harikatha. Let's remember Krishna. On the basis of hearing Krishna Katha, Krishna's Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela, let's meditate on Krishna. Let's think about Krishna. There are hundreds and thousands of subject matters for us to discuss and think about. What is that second canto shloka? Where Sutta Goswami, I think, Sukadeva Goswami says, for a materialistic person, there are hundreds and thousands of topics. Shrotavyadini Rajendra. Dranam Santi Sahasrashaha. Shrotavyadini. The object of hearing, discussion, or remembrance are unlimited. Santi Sahasrashaha. Unlimited topics are there for us to discuss about. But the best of all topics is Harikatha, Krishna Katha. Hare Katha meva Katha Susaram. The saram, the essence of all the topics available in this world is Harikatha. You focus your mind on that essential topic of Harikatha, not distract your minds towards Kukatha. Yanna vrajantya gabido rachananuvada shrinvanti yenya vishaya Kukatha matighnihi. Kukatha matighnihi. When we hear materialistic topics, when we hear bad topics, when we hear gossip about many other people and things, matighnihi, mind gets corrupted. Kaikeyi had love for Ram, but she had heard Kukatha, bad words from Manthara. Her mind got corrupted. No, Mantharas are everywhere. In the sense that the materialistic sound vibrations are the representatives of Manthara in the form of gossip and many other things are everywhere in this ether. Let us not tune our minds to that frequency, Manthara frequency. Let's tune our minds to Sukadeva Goswami's frequency. So at this frequency, Sukadeva Goswami is speaking Bhagavatam. At so and so frequency, Manthara is speaking gossip. Which frequency we should tune to? We have Zoom links, right, for online classes. The link is so long, 1 kilometer. If you click that link, you can hear Krishna Katha. But even if one character in that link is missing, it will go nowhere or it will go somewhere, which is not desirable. So we should tune to the right frequency. Just frequency little bit here and there, we may hear Maya Katha, not Krishna Katha. So let us stick to the sources of pure spiritual sound vibration. Let us expose our ears and hearts to the descriptions of Krishna's Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela. Each of these elements of Krishna is so spiritually potent. Krishna's Nama, how potent Krishna's Nama is. When somebody is chanting Krishna's Nama or glorifying Krishna's Nama, let's hear that. And let's come to this stage. Dhyayam charami anugrahana yathaspriti syat. Vishnor namaiva pumsam shamalamapharat punyamutpadayaccha. Brahmadisthana bhogat Viratimata guroho Shripadadvandva bhaktim Tattvajnanam cha Vishnor Ihamriti jananat Bhranti bijam cha dagdha Sampurnananda bodhe Prabhavatu bhavato bhutaye Krishna nama. Vishnor namaiva pumsham shamalapaham apaharat punyam utpadayaccha. When we chant the names of Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna, Shamalamapaharat punyamutpadayaccha, whatever contamination is there within our hearts is completely eradicated by the chanting of the holy names of Krishna. Because of the impure consciousness, because of so many anarthas present in the heart, we are unable to chant the holy names of Krishna. Durdaiva midrishamiha jani na anuragaha. Why don't we have attraction to chant the holy names of the Lord? Because of our misfortune of holding so many anarthas and aparats in the heart. To eradicate all the anarthas and aparats, we have to hear Krishna's name. We have to chant Krishna's name. We should allow the sound vibration of Krishna, Srimad Bhagavatam, to enter our ear holes. Pravishtaha karnarandhrena svanam bhavasaroruham dhunoti shamalam Krishna salilase yathasharat. When we allow Krishna to enter our ear holes through the sound vibration of holy name or Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna will personally enter into our hearts and cleanse our heart from all lust, envy, pride, greed, etc. Shravanam is the basis of purification of the heart. In such a pure heart, Krishna's remembrance will automatically happen. Krishna's Smaranam will automatically happen. That is about Krishna Nama. What about Rupa? Krishna's forms are so beautiful, so ecstatic. The gopis are constantly saying Krishna's form. Let's read the descriptions of Krishna's beautiful form from Srimad Bhagavatam. Gopyastapah kimacharan yadamushya rupam lavanyasaramasamordhvamananya siddham drigvih pibantyanu durapam ekanta dhama yashasha shriya aishwarasya. What great tapasya did the gopis of Vrindavan do to be able to see the beautiful form of Krishna always? What is the glory of Krishna's form? Number one, Lavanya Saram, the essence of all loveliness. Asamordhvam, there is no other beauty which is equal to or greater than Krishna's beauty. Lavanya Saram Asamordhvam, Ananya Siddham. Where did Krishna get this beauty? It's innate in him. It is his intrinsic characteristic. Drigbhi pibantyanu savabhinavam durapam. The more you look at Krishna's beauty, the more he appears beautiful. The more you will get taste for seeing Krishna's beauty. It's insatiable beauty. You will never get bored with that beauty. That beauty will never lose its freshness. Drigbhi pibanti anusava abhinavam. The more you look at Krishna, the more he appears beautiful. Durapam, very rarely attainable. Ekanta dhama yashasha shriya aishwarasya. That beauty of Krishna is the one and only abode of all opulences. Let's hear about Krishna's beauty. Let's witness Krishna's beauty on the altar. And let's meditate on Krishna's beautiful form. So, Shravanam and Smaranam of Krishna's Nama and Rupa we have seen. Let's see about Guna. How many qualities Krishna has? Unlimited qualities. 64 qualities are described by Rupa Goswami in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Let's read them. Let's equip ourselves with the knowledge of Krishna's Guna, not the Sattvagun, Rajagun, Tamogun. Right? To be relieved from those gunas, those 3 gunas, we have to put our minds into these 64 gunas. So let's meditate on the qualities of Krishna. Krishna is so compassionate. Just to meditate on this one quality, compassion of Krishna, we have to, one lifetime is not sufficient. Padbhyam bhakta hridistabhyam vandyabhyam loka vanditaihi angam yasyaha samakramya bhagavanapi tatstanam yatu dhanyapi sasvarga bhavapa janani gatim Krishna bhuktastana kshiraha kimugavo numataraha. Krishna has given liberation to Putana. Krishna has sent Putana to the spiritual world and gave her the position of a motherly nurse in the spiritual world, although she came with a malicious intention to kill Krishna. Who can be more merciful than Krishna? Kamva dayalum sharanam vrajema. Just meditate on this merciful quality of Krishna. Like that, there are many other qualities. Krishna is so grateful. That's another quality of Krishna. Meditate on Krishna's gratitude. Even if a devotee offers little Ganga water and little Tulsi leaf to Krishna, Krishna feels that I am so grateful to this devotee. By offering this Ganga water and Tulsi leaf to me, this devotee has purchased me. I have become sold out to this devotee. That is Krishna's gratitude. Have you seen? So meditating on all these qualities of Krishna is the right subject matter for our meditation. Discussing about these qualities of Krishna is the right subject matter for our discussion, for our conversation. Not so much Prajalpa. Nama, Rupa, Guna. Final Leela. Oh, Krishna's Leelas are unlimited. Pick up any Leela, Govardhan Leela. Just meditate on it. Discuss about it. First do Katha, then do Smaran. Leela. There is one shloka that is spoken by a parrot in the Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, 17th chapter. When Mahaprabhu visited Vrindavan Dham, Saundaryam lalanali dhairya dalanam leela ramastambhini Viryam kandukitadri varya babalat pare parardham gudah Sheelam sarvajananu maho yasyayam asmat prabhur Vishvam vishvajanina kirtiravatat Krishno jagan mohana. Krishna is jagan mohana. He can completely captivate the minds of everybody in the entire Jagat universe. Saundaryam, his beauty, is lalanali dhairya dalanam. It can completely captivate all the gopis of Vrindavan. Leela ramastambhini. Krishna's beautiful leelas can create stambhan in Ramadevi also. Means even Lakshmi Devi also gets astonished seeing the beautiful leelas of Krishna. When Narasimha Dev is exhibiting his leela, fierce leela as you are seeing right behind you, when he is exhibiting his leela, Lakshmi Devi was astonished. My God, I never saw my husband like this. My husband is never fierce like this. I will not go, I will not go. Then finally Prahalad went to pacify Narasimha Dev. Leela ramastambhini Viryam kandukitadri varya mamalat pare parardham gunah. Viryam, Krishna's strength. So much. 7-year-old boy lifted Govardhan mountain effortlessly as if it's a cotton swab and held it for 7 days and 7 nights. Can you just imagine how strong Krishna is? 1-year-old boy, baby Krishna, when Trinavarta took him 800,000 miles high into the sky, there Krishna increased his weight. He became as heavy as a mountain peak and completely strangled Trinavarta, and he just could not bear that weight and he collapsed. See the strength of Krishna. Like that, if you just discuss about all these qualities of Krishna, all these activities of Krishna, all the names of Krishna, all the forms of Krishna, we can become Krishna conscious. And that is what is the aspiration of Narada Muni in this shloka. Oh Lord, may I always meditate on you, always remember you. It's 9:20. There is no limit to glorifying Krishna's Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela, or elaborating this beautiful shloka that Narada Muni said. This is the prayer of Narada Muni. We can make it our prayer also. First, we should set that aspiration and endeavor to fulfill that aspiration and offer a prayer to Krishna to fulfill that aspiration. Desire endeavor and prayer will make us more Krishna conscious. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Should we conclude here or questions? I don't know what's time, 9:25 now. Question we can take? Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for your wonderful narrations about Krishna's pastimes, his name, qualities. So it was very wonderful. We never got tired. Even though 9:20 is there, but still we are eager to hear more and more from you. Thank you very much. So I just want to speak something about the last line of this verse, which you mentioned already. So in this last line, Narada Muni says, Dhyayam Sharami, that I want to do dhyana of your lotus, pair of lotus feet, which he described in 3 lines. And Krishna might ask, then you ask something that you can do already. What you want from me? Then Narada Muni says, in my meditation, if I may forget also, that is why you do anugraha, so that smriti may remain always. Smriti is by the mercy of Krishna. So you do not make me ever forget your lotus feet. And for that you do your anugraha to give me association of pure devotees, so that they may make me remember of your lotus feet. And another thing, you give me opportunity to preach about you. So these 2 things you can give me, so that the dhyana may remain
forever,
constantly.
Constant,
Correct.
without any interruption. Apratihata dhyana. Thank you so much for sharing that insight, Prabhu. Hari Hari. Any other question?
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Up to now, I heard many speakers giving in between some instructive lessons, but today I felt it is a pure Krishna Katha. Thank you so much for it. In Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna says that Ma manusmara yuddhacha, smaran karte karte yuddha kar. But here also, Narada Muni is asking, Dhyayam charami. While traveling, please merciful to me so that I can remember while traveling. So how it is some practical lessons. While doing services directly to Krishna, we think about Krishna. But while doing many other services which involves many other parameters.
How can we be Krishna conscious?
Yes.
Okay. Once in our online classes, one little girl asked this question. Small child, maybe 3-year-old, 3rd standard. I have my homework. I have so many exams. How can I always remember Krishna? She was quoting this sloka only. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmara. Then yuddhacha also. If yuddha has to happen, how can mam anusmara happen? That too sarveshu kaleshu. While Arjuna was releasing arrows, so many arrows, was he remembering Krishna? He would remember Krishna while just aiming an arrow at Karna, and the arrow will end up on Yudhishthir. I was lost in remembrance of Krishna, therefore it's going somewhere else. Sorry, Yudhishthir, I'm sorry. Or you are cooking for Krishna, Sandesh, or some other sweet. So you are remembering Krishna, instead of putting sugar, you have kept salt. Salt rice, not sweet rice. Salty Sandesh. Doesn't work. Whatever attention that you need to give to that particular service of Krishna, you have to give. That is Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is not only remembering Krishna with your mind. Krishna consciousness is also serving Krishna with your senses. Seeing Krishna with your eyes. Hearing about Krishna with your ears. Working for Krishna with your hands. Going to Krishna's temple with your legs. All this is Krishna consciousness only. When we say Krishna consciousness, we think that only mind has the role, senses we should become inert. By engaging our senses in Krishna, also we are being Krishna conscious. Arjuna, on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, he was attentively fighting. What arrow is coming towards him and what arrow he has to release on whom. Without that attention, there you may not say that literally he is doing Krishna Smarana by closing his eyes, dhyana. He's opening his eyes and seeing the warriors, what weapon is coming in, and sending the relevant weapons there. So when you are doing some activity for the pleasure of Krishna, with the aim of pleasing Krishna, if your aim is sam siddhir haritoshanam, then whatever you do with your body, mind and words is Krishna consciousness only. Be very conscious while cooking that sweet rice for Krishna so that it becomes so delicious so that Krishna can eat it nicely. That is Krishna consciousness. You may not be literally thinking of Krishna, 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 Krishna while cooking sweet rice. It may happen also. But at sadhaka stage especially, we may not be able to constantly meditate on Krishna when we are engaging our senses in Krishna's service. Gopis may do that. Gopis are constantly engaging their senses also, simultaneously their minds also. Yashoda Mata is just churning butter for Krishna. Hands are moving. Expertly she is churning butter. More expert than all the gopis. But mind is thinking about Krishna. But we may not be able to come to that platform. So Krishna may not give an impractical instruction for a sadhaka bhakta to follow. So when you say nityam, regularly remembering Krishna, it's every day, may not be every moment. Because every moment remembering Krishna may not be possible for a sadhaka bhakta. It may be possible for a very advanced devotee. The gopis are constantly thinking about Krishna. Yado hane vaharane mathano palepa prenkankanar bharuditokshana marjanado. Gopis can do that. Whether they are threshing grains or whether they are churning buttermilk or sweeping their floors or taking care of their crying babies, they are constantly meditating on Krishna without compromising on the quality of their service to Krishna. So we need to give the necessary attention that the service requires. And we have exclusive time to focus on Krishna's Nama Rupa Guni Leela while Katha is going on, while Japa is going on.
Thank you so much, bro. And I heard gopis also criticizing Brahma for yearly eyelids and tears.
Correct. Yes, they criticize.
So they also condemn these senses, body.
That is their eagerness. When the gopis are criticizing Brahma for giving only 2 eyes which are not sufficient to see Krishna, we need thousands of eyes to see Krishna. And that too, these 2 eyes are having eyelids that are constantly blinking. That's creating an obstruction. That's creating millions of yugas of separation within one eye blink. That is their enthusiasm to see Krishna. But they're engaging their senses in Krishna's service. Devotees are not aiming to become senseless. They want to engage their senses in the master of senses. Hrishikena Hrishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Ruchyate. So gopis are engaging their senses in Krishna. It's not that they're condemning their senses. They're condemning sense gratification, not the senses. The senses are meant to be utilized in the sense gratification of the master of senses, Krishna, rather than just condemning senses. Devotee wants to engage every faculty that they have in Krishna's seva.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I think we should stop here, bro. 9:30. Or should we take more questions? Okay, we'll conclude here. Hare Krishna, Maharaj and Prabhu. If I have said anything inappropriate or any mistakes in my presentation, kindly forgive me. And I need your blessings. Hare Krishna. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.